Hi everyone, welcome back to Vulcan. So, can you remember what
Hate
we
when
did
you do
last
that.
time? Well, move on. You're fine with it.
All this shit we did last time.
Yeah, we started growing potatoes. We kind of made some changes to this, didn't we? So it's not making
I
that
don't remember
noise
you
anymore.
putting that up. What's that?
What?
I don't remember you putting that up. What's that?
You do remember me put that was the waste from the other room. I got it moved into here temporarily, so it's not in the other room, so we could start tidying up. What we got in there? Quite a lot of oxygen, which is worth keeping, and it will slowly change. It will slowly start cooling down, that pipe will. I need to open my waste canister. So let me remember what we got to. So we don't have an overpressure system in here yet. Obviously, this guy is still doing work, which is fine. Trying to cool the room down, but I have just emptied waste tank in here, so it's coming down slowly. There was a lot of comments about the grow light. Obviously, we're just using the timer now, which is fine. It'll just work. As long as we don't lose power in here, which I hope that we won't. We did do the coding, right?
But
Yeah,
we
yeah.
don't have an APC in here. We only have a.
We'll have a
Maybe we should
transformer.
change that.
Yeah, so once the room is out of power, we're then going to have a problem.
Yeah, so maybe we put an APC there and you get battery, don't you, as backup.
Yeah, so we'll do that, and then I think we'll just be happy with that for now temporarily.
We did all the code on these, didn't we?
We did, yeah, I've just checked. And this end one, I think, is the one that's using... Well, no, not the end one. This one? Yeah, that one.
What's this showing us the pressure of?
That is the pressure of our buffer tank. Let me label that for you so it makes a bit more sense.
Why do we need to know that again?
I don't remember. I guess it just helps us see if something outside, if it's working. If that's a high pressure that we know that we're gathering pollutant. And you can see that by looking at this display because our liquid pollutant is going up. So that's absolutely fine. And we're gaining liquid pollutant every night, so we're definitely in a positive situation. I think last time we also started getting solar panels done. So our power situation is I think so, yeah. So our power's in a much better place now. And I'm pretty sure you got a trader who sells water. So I'm going to go out and just double check
And we
that.
did a lot more than I remember doing.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of argument, as there always is. But I think we still got stuff done. Yeah, we've got a trader out here. I'm sure he's the water one.
Well, what I do remember is you shouting a lot.
I'm,
When completely unnecessarily too.
I'm going to try and be nice to you. Because people have said if I'm nice to you, you'll be nice back. I think they're wrong, so I want to prove them wrong. So I'm going to try
They're
and...
only wrong because I know you're only doing it to make a point.
Well, either way,
So
I
use
am
your
going to...
record button, stop carry on being a bitch.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Why are you lying?
So we've got our solar panels up here. Going to be producing us power shortly, which is nice. Oh yes, we set up some CO2 collection. The CO2 collection is what I did. I think I showed it you at the end of the episode. We have our buffer tank, which is this one. Our liquid tank, which is that one. And we obviously have this system over here, which is just using any pollutant that kind of comes out of the phase change device, recycles it back
Your
into the
solar
system.
panels are tracking then, yeah?
They are tracking, yes. We got all that sorted. So we're in a good place. We've just hit 400 liters of liquid pollutant, so we're doing well. So obviously the greenhouse is
What are
ticking
you
up
collecting CO2
for the greenhouse.
Where's this going?
At the moment, nowhere. It's just staying in that tank. But it will be used for the greenhouse, but just not yet. We've got to collect it, and then we've got to get it set up to some kind of cooling system, and then we'll use that as our cooling, so we can dump heat into the CO2, as opposed to what we're doing here, whereas we're we're not really dumping heat into anything. We're just kind of gaining the cooling effect from the pollutant. But I think what we should do first, my darling, just so we're not rushing, if we can get some of that water purchased, then we'll be in a good position where we can really slow down and like think a little bit, because there's no risk of death. Well, there's still a risk of death, but just not as much. It's also a bit of a mess, because I think we said we were going to expand the base, didn't we, as well? Because we were going to bring the dish inside, but we haven't got space for that.
That's on the list.
Yeah. So trade water, something about cables. Can't remember what that was. Increase size of the greenhouse, expand cooling if needed, give base a facelift. So, did you fancy doing the trading thing?
Remind me what I'm doing.
So we need to be able to purchase liquid off him. So there's a specific piece of landing pad that you can build, which allows you to trade for allows you to obtain liquids. So you'll need to build that, have it go into a tank. It is the
liquid output.
It will be the output, yes, because that has a pump on it. So that will need to feed into an insulated liquid network. So if we can do that, get all of his water, get him gone, and then we'll look for another trader where we can start selling ores and stuff. Start making some more money should we need to trade again. Whilst you're doing that, I might get this base vacuumed out, because we're building up heat in here a little bit, which we don't want to be doing. And I'm also going to give us a bit more space. I think would be a good idea. I just don't know if there's a frame above there.
Yeah, I can't stop yawning. You're already boring me.
Well, I'm sorry, but you married it.
Why?
Ask yourself. I don't know why. Why do you do a lot of things?
Is that all I need just to put the liquid output on it? That's it?
Put the liquid output on it. That needs to go into a tank, but it's got to be an insulated tank.
Yeah, but I mean, oh, fuck off. On the actual landing stuff itself, we just need the output.
Yes. That should be fine. Okay, that didn't bring. I need to see if we've got a frame above there, because I don't know. Because once we've got water sorted, we'll have everything we need, and we'll be able to start like making the base a little bit bigger if we want to. Oh, I need a frame. Fuck. Try and get organized early in the game. Did we make... We do have portable lights, so we're good on that. Did we make better drills? We did make better drills, so we're doing all right. Yeah. We got the Mark II belt, so we did all the quality of life stuff as well. So we're actually doing very well, my darling. Day 32, but it's fine.
Oh, I just picked up steel. I need some steel and some silicone.
Is that you saying that we haven't got any of those things?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's me telling you to go get them.
Well, I can't go get steel. Have we got any iron or coal inside?
No, I don't need... Oh, I need copper and silicone.
Oh, I've got silicon. I'll bring some silicon inside.
How many? Yeah, I just need to...
Yeah, that is fine, my darling. We have silicone. I just hope this furnace stays hot enough. If it doesn't, I'll have to pump some more in. Oh, just, I think. I'm pretty sure under 900k you don't get silicon.
Is this using fuel? Oh, no, it's just using atmosphere, isn't it?
Yeah, just using Vulcan.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Look at us being polite today.
Why'd you have to make a big thing of it?
Us as a collective, I don't mean... That wasn't like a sarcastic way of me saying, like, you being polite.
That's exactly what you meant, though.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. And then, there we go. We've got some heat. There's some more silicon ready for you. Easy peasy. Right, so I've put the frame. I can't remember if I welded the frame. Pretty sure I did, but let's go and double check. Yes, the frame is welded. I can take that one out. It would be good, though, if we expanded this out some more. Let's do that. Give ourselves a lot more space inside would be nice.
It does annoy me how much you talk to yourself.
Yes, well, it's a habit that I've now got into, but it's quite a nice habit to be into, considering it's needed for what I'm now doing.
Why is it needed?
Well, it'd be a bit boring if I didn't talk.
A bit more enjoyable, perhaps.
Maybe to you. But I
Everyone.
like to think other people enjoy my talk.
They don't.
I never said they did. I said I like to think that.
Yes, but you're lying to yourself.
Shh.
And they're lying to you if they said they have.
No, they're not. I trust everybody.
You're a fool.
You're a fool.
Yeah?
No, I don't hear, and nor am I listening. I'm trying to be nice to you. Don't ruin it.
Why are you trying to be nice? What has someone said that's upset you?
No, I told you. Somebody said that if I'm nice to my wife, she'll be nice back. And I'm trying to show them that they are either right or wrong. More wrong than right, but we'll see. That is a normal corner, so this can all go.
Mate, since we've locked on, I can't stop yawning.
You're just
Boring bitch.
enjoying yourself so much, my darling.
You're a boring bitch.
No, I'm not.
And
Running out.
it doesn't work that way because I'm mean it towards you now because of how mean you've been to me all day. So don't.
I haven't been mean to you. I
Yeah?
mean, sorry. Whatever you say, I agree with.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm going to be pleasant.
Does this matter where I put there?
Not really. It just needs to be connected, and obviously it needs to be
Oh,
on.
it's the wrong one. But...
Wherever you put the tank, we've got to then get that to our greenhouse, really. So the closer to the greenhouse you can put it, the better. That's the point. We might not be all panic free and whatever. We may have a slight problem with oxygen. Actually, we're definitely going to have a problem with oxygen.
My air tank's low.
Hence the problem I am talking about.
I hope not.
We've got 1.58 megapascal. We need to expand our potatoes. We've got ferns, which I might plant as well. Plant 3 ferns.
Instead of talking about stuff all the time, just do it.
I'm doing it. I'm literally doing it as you speak.
And then stop narrating your life. Just get on with it.
No, it's a habit I've gotten into.
Shit, fun.
Right, I planted a single fern. Once that's grown, we'll have extra seeds.
Not arsed. Just get on with it.
You are, excuse me, you are arsed.
So do the ferns just produce oxygen in the room?
They will, yeah. Basically, a fern will just take in CO2 like any other plant, produce oxygen, but at a faster rate than potatoes and stuff.
But you're not pulling out this room yet.
No, but we haven't got a lot of
How
oxygen.
does that help you?
We haven't got a lot of oxygen in this room. I mean, if you want to.
Oh, I thought you was on about oxygen for us to breathe.
Yeah, I am talking about oxygen for us to breathe.
Oh.
Once you've done the trader. Oh, you know what we could do? We could automate our suit so we use less. It's a bit annoying, my darling. One way of conserving your oxygen, in your suit, turn off your filter. But then when the suit lady says oxygen low, you have to go and turn it back on for a second.
No, I don't want to die.
No, it's fine, because I'm doing it now. It's not the most efficient way, and we could probably automate it. Actually, we could probably do that now. Because we've got this stuff we need for that. So I will do that.
Where's this got to go? Greener. Where's the greener?
You know where the greenhouse is, the overside of the base.
It's like the fuck's sake.
Yeah, so just if you get the tank as close as you can. Right.
I hate this fucking floor.
Take you, put you there. Right, let me get a couple of chips done, and then I can conserve the oxygen that we've got. Circuits. Gold, steel, electrum, solder.
Oh, so then why do I need an insulated lick tank? Where's that going?
Just to the tank.
Where's the tank then?
Wherever you put it.
Well, you said take it round to the greenhouse, so I thought you meant.
No. I said you asked me where to put it, and I just said as close to the greenhouse as you can. So
But what?
that kind of meant. What do you mean what? What do you mean what, my darling?
Where am I putting the tank?
Well, you asked me earlier
I'm just gonna put it on this ledge then, if you're not gonna help me.
Okay, you do you, my darling. That is fine.
I need loads of pipe.
We got any more electrum? I didn't mean you have to physically put the tank next to the greenhouse. I just meant pick a side of the landing pad, whichever you think is closer to the greenhouse. Just an FYI.
Well, you're not clear when you talk.
Well, I think I was, but you're right. If I was not clear, I apologise.
Stop it.
No, I won't. Right. I'm going out to get some silver, to get some gold, make some electrum, make us some chips so our auction lasts longer.
He'll come back.
You don't mean that.
Don't know.
I don't think so. Or I don't think you should.
We recently had a storm or something.
No, it's our solar panels. Our solar panels, as soon as we started getting solar tracking up, our power issues were sorted.
Oxygen low.
Right, got some silver, just need some gold.
Do you sometimes get confused between playthroughs, like which one you do it?
Yes, because a second ago I was mining going, oh, I'm not getting much ore from this, and then remembered, oh, it's because I've been playing on Mars, where all the rates are higher. So yes,
In on Mars?
I'm playing on Mars, my tutorial, aren't I? The tutorial stuff I'm doing. I've got it on Mars on easy difficulty. So you can drink without opening your helmet. You get a lot more from mining.
Oxygen low.
It's just a much more pleasant experience. Like I wouldn't be doing this for gold this long. Any more gold? Any more gold?
Need to get some spectacles.
Some what?
Spectacles.
Oh, yes we do. Although if we can keep on top of our power, then we could just go straight for the deep drills. Rather than waiting until we don't need ingots.
But power's not your strong suit.
Yes it is. Well, I have many strong suits.
I can't do this, dickhead.
What can't you do?
None.
Oh, how much gold is here? It looks like quite a lot. Right, that'll do. I don't want to be fucking about out here too long. Let me come back.
Oxygen low.
Are you scared?
No, it's just oxygen is limited. So we don't want to be out in the heat if we can help it. Right, I'm pretty sure electrum is the one that is just low pressure, right? Low pressure, any temperature. Okay, easy peasy. So we go silver and gold. Let's start getting rid of some of this pressure.
Oxygen low.
And we are good. Boom, got electrum. Right, let's put you in there. What else are we needing? Steel and gold. We've got gold in there and steel.
Oxygen low.
Shut up, suit lady. Oh, I need more gold. And that will get us... Okay, boom. 2 circuits. 1 for each of us. I've got a laptop as well.
No, man.
What's wrong?
I need like
Oxygen low.
2 more pipes.
Oxygen critical.
Insulated.
Yeah. Are you gonna get them, man?
Yeah. Have we got
Okay,
'em?
now.
No, I will get
No, you
some
need to print them.
I'm just printing one last thing. And then I'll get them printed out for you. Just got to wait to get my steel back.
Oh, me attack time.
Oh, you come in then. And it might, because again our auction is low. Let's just only go out if and when we really need to. Like go out at night would be better.
No, sometimes there's just shit to do.
Yeah, I know there is,
Oxygen
but
low.
And I don't know the difference between night and day.
so we've got a temperature gauge in here.
Critical.
When that says
Have we?
126, it's nighttime. Next to the furnace.
And why didn't you use that to do your solar tracking?
I'm sorry, what? What do you mean?
Well, don't the solar tracking just need to know if it's day or night?
You mean the grow light?
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's one way of doing it, yeah. Someone said that in the comments, and you can get like a 50-50 split. But the code that we've
Why
got...
didn't you do that?
Well, I just didn't think of it.
Oxygen low.
Let me take this into the greenhouse. Yeah, I mean, there's more than... Doing it just this manual clock method, there's more than one way of doing it. We'll be fine the way we're doing it
I
here.
think we're all hooked up then if you want to come and...
Just give me a second. Let me get
Check.
this done.
I mean,
let
hooked
me-
up to the tank, not hooked up to the greenhouse.
I'll come and do it. I'll come and check it in a second. I'm just
You
trying...
sound like you're flapping. What's wrong?
No, I'm just trying to do something, that's all. Just bear with me a second. Because I want to make sure our oxygen is going to last. So I just want to get
Yeah.
this done. Ratio oxygen. So if we take that, start, yield, jump to start.
I've got a question about your tutorials.
Just give me
When
a
you-
second.
Okay.
Ratio oxygen, set greater than into R0. No, less than. Set less than into R0, where R0 is less than 0. Let's go 0.25. And then I think we can just save to the filtration. Yep. So save to the suit, the filtration, capital F, as R0. And that will just jump back to start. Madonna, can you just throw me one of those circuits through that are next to the electronics printer? Chuck it through the airlock? I just want to test this before I give it to you and then it kills you. I want to make sure it works. Thank you, dearie. Oh,
Can I ask now, or are you still busy?
give me a sec. I'm just going to test this.
Hunger caution.
This working? I am just going to come out there for a second because I'll hear it working. I mean, I think it is because the filter's currently off. Put that in your suit, my darling. Hello? Oh yeah, you're there. Yeah, put that in your suit. And what that will do is it will turn your filter on and off on your suit. So in a way, we're kind of almost suffocating our characters, but not quite.
I don't want my filters to turn on and off.
You do, because it's going to mean
I
our
don't.
auction lasts a lot longer, and we're going to need that.
Well, you just stop breathing.
No.
Leave
Right.
it for me.
What was your question?
Well, firstly, have you, in your tutorials, have you mentioned the whole you can pass stuff through doors?
I haven't, no. That's a good shout.
Any reason why not?
I just haven't. No reason. Bloody hell, you brought that
But-
tank really far.
But I can't remember what my initial question was now.
Fair enough. Right, I'm coming inside because daytime's coming.
Oh, what was I gonna say?
I don't know, my dear. I don't know.
Oh, it's gonna annoy me now.
Steel frames. Have we got any steel sheets? We do not. Have you got any steel sheets on you?
No.
No. Okay, I'll need to print out some steel sheets then. Which is in there.
My oxygen's low.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go and refill your oxygen tank.
Oh no, it's not come on. No, it's gone off.
Oh yeah, so that's
It's not low. I've still got 1200.
yeah, that's your suit, that's your character almost suffocating. So don't worry about it. It'll be fine for now. Just keep an eye on your canister level.
I don't want to almost suffocate, thank you.
Well, we need our oxygen to last us. So if you want to, we need to look at expanding the greenhouse. The more plants we can get in there, the more oxygen we're going to produce. That's what we should probably be working on.
Well, have you brought the water?
I haven't bought the water. I didn't know if you wanted to do it. I've just gone and
Is there-
checked, and it's fine. Yeah. All I would say is before you trade for the water, make sure you turn on the landing pad and turn on the pump. Don't trade for the
What
water.
pump?
So you know the liquid thing that you made that's connected to the landing pad. That will.
Oh, that's gonna annoy me. Is that just gonna keep telling me my oxygen's low?
Every second, or every few seconds, then it will disappear.
That's gonna annoy me.
Yeah, but it's only until we get oxygen sorted. It
Right.
won't be forever.
Pump.
So make sure you
Turn
yeah.
everything on 'cause I don't know that.
So what? Sorry. You say you don't know what you're doing.
So is that everything on or
As long as you've turned on the thing that you've connected to the landing pad, is that on?
that?
Yeah. There's
That's on. The oh, but they're not powered.
Oh yeah, turn your landing pad on. Oh no, I've disconnected your power because I was putting frames up. Let me come out and sort that out for you.
Such a moron.
Sorry. It's because I want to expand the workshop. I want us to have more space inside. So I moved the frames. Well, I'm going to put frames down, so I started moving
Yeah, but
cable.
you should always put it back, shouldn't you?
I know, I forgot. Because I've not finished up here yet. And actually, what's really annoying is you put the tank where I was going to put the frames.
Well, if you'd have just put the frames down where you was meant to, I wouldn't have
I
tanked
couldn't.
there.
I ran out of frames.
Oh, so it sound like a me problem, does it?
I never said it's a you problem. I'm going to just move the pipes and stuff.
Uh-oh, we shouldn't be outside now.
You're right, we shouldn't, because we're burning through... Well, we're not burning through oxygen that much. But it's not healthy for us to be out here longer than we need to be. So that's a wall. So if I stick these here... Tidy up those cables...
Oh, I'm really annoyed because I was going to ask you a question about your thing and I can't remember what it were.
What about
It was
the
a
tutorial?
valid question.
I'm sorry, my darling. That's a
No,
four.
you've annoyed me. Your fault. Keep saying, wait a minute, I'm doing something.
Well, I was doing something.
Learn to multitask.
I can't. You know I can't. Right, so if we stick that there, and then in order for us to take that one out, we need to put a frame there and there. And that will allow us to extend out the greenhouse and the workshop with another block. Let me get the wrench. And this can come up instead. Yeah, it can basically go to where you left it. That's fine, but just needs to go on top of these frames.
Oh, shit, that's going to annoy the fuck out of me.
It's only until we get oxygen sorted. You'll just get used to it.
I'm not.
You will.
I'm not.
You will. Just make sure you keep on top of your oxygen, though. Don't let your canister run out, because that will still happen.
I mean, you're out there a long time.
Yeah, I know. I'm just getting your trading thing set up. I'm trying to remember which line is the... Wait, what? Surely we connected that line. Oh, I need to come inside 'cause I can't figure out where we put the cables, where we had this originally. I don't think we'd have connected it directly to the power generation. It should have been on the output of the battery. Yeah, it's that line there. 1, 2 frames in. Somewhere here? Yeah, there we go.
Air tank low.
I'll sort it out in a second, lady. Right, if we just put the transformer there for now. Have we got anything that you can start, like, are you able... no, actually, what do you want to do? Sorry, this is me trying to step back and not take over.
I've just got a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
So I'm just looking at comments from the last thing, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But this one says, the airlock consoles will work even when turned off.
Correct.
So, oh, so but you can still press the buttons on the door.
Yes. The console
Okay.
just holds the config. The controls aren't actually needed to be turned on afterwards. It's only a small amount of power. I don't know how much, but it's not a lot. But it's still a
Every
saving.
little helps.
But it's not really an issue now because we sorted out our solar panels.
Still have some gas in the workshop slowly heating and into the
Yep.
into O2 use whilst in there.
That's what I'm trying to look at next once I've got your thingy powered on.
So what does that mean? What
In-
gas is in there?
Where you're stood now, we've got a trace amount of gas in here, which is really hot. Well, 71 degrees, so that is causing us to go through oxygen while we're stood in this room a bit faster.
I thought you vacuumed this place out.
We did, but I don't know if it's from a jetpack or from a waste tank or what, but it's coming from somewhere. Oh, we might be dying, actually.
Why is it so hot?
That's what happened on Vulcan. You know what, we're just going to do...
Oh, that's what I was
viscous.
going to ask.
What's that, my darling?
So when you're doing your tutorials,
Mm-hmm.
have you kind of tried not to push the whole try not to die thing? Because you have a tendency to be like, right, we've got to do this, we
I
can't die.
haven't... No,
Stress, and that
No.
crap.
Well, if you watch them, you'll know that I haven't.
I've watched half of one. I'm a busy lady.
Well, I haven't tried to push on anyone. You can't die. I think I may have made a point of saying that you probably will die.
Because I think that you've damaged me there a bit, to be honest.
What do you mean I've damaged you a little bit? How are you
You've
damaged?
me.
By the way,
Because-
you can go and trade for your water now.
Because I've only ever played with you, and you're big on like quick, panic, we're gonna die, don't die. Whereas in
Yeah.
reality, when I first started, I should have died a few times to realise
Well, not
how
necessarily.
hard it is and why you have to be quick for sometimes.
I mean, you'll get that from when you play solo.
I know, but I'm just saying, you have damaged me a little bit.
I don't think you're damaged. I think...
Now, in my mind, everything has to be rushed.
Well, yeah, that's how you should be. Are you
No,
going to come...
if I start easy on a planet, then I don't need to be rushed.
do you want to come and trade for this water?
Come on. I can have a conversation with you while I'm coming.
I mean, you can also have a conversation while you're working. Right, we should be able to, assuming there's a frame under there. So it's all powered, that pump's on, so you should be able to buy all the water if you can afford it.
Or the water.
If you, yeah,
Well, how much money do I have?
you said you had loads. You took all my money. Basically, buy as much water as you can. If you can't afford any more water, we'll have to get rid of him because we'll have to get some more money from another trader.
So is it bulk water?
Yes.
I've got 800 quid.
Yeah, so just buy what you can. So we should be able to remove these frames.
So
Oh,
he
we
has
can't.
124 available, but I can only buy 66.
That's fine. It's better than nothing.
Just buy it.
Yep, buy it all. Um,
Why is that noise?
because it's pumping into your pipe network. It's just, it has to catch up with it initially. So there'll be a second where the stress goes quite high, but it should equal itself out. The noise should have stopped, I hope.
So we have 60.3 litres of water.
And that's just in there. That's
The
not...
fucking battery's gone.
yeah, so that's just in there. We've got another 40 litres in the greenhouse.
But will it... No, I don't want a battery.
Will it what, my darling?
Ignore me a minute.
Okay. I need one more frame or two more sheets. I've got neither or neither. So let me make a 2 steel sheets.
So because it's in those... because it's only in the insulated pipes and the insulated tank, it shouldn't go above 19 degrees.
Yeah, so there should be nothing left in the... If you point your tablet at the landing pad, there shouldn't be anything in there. It should be empty. Yeah, that's what we want. So as long as that's empty, you can turn off your pump now. Save us some power. Right, I think we're good to do a bit of an expansion here. In theory, should be able to remove these frames. 1. Yep. 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 And the last one.
What I was trying to say earlier, before you got quite defensive, was I don't now have, like... Oh, shit. I don't really have the experience of, like, this is when I should panic, this is when I shouldn't.
Yeah, but you'll get that on Mars.
Because I've just been with you where everything is panic.
Yeah, but I think that's made you a better person.
Some would disagree.
You don't like, yes, when you die, you'll learn from that death, and then you'll go from there. But you don't have to die to learn. Like with all that panicking that we've been doing, you know what we've done to make sure that we don't die.
Yeah, but now I don't know when's appropriate to panic and not panic because you set me in just panic mode.
Yeah, that's the point. Always panic, love.
No.
Why no?
Not healthy.
It's healthy. It's okay. So I'm gonna shift these printers now and give us a bit more space in here.
So still going through comments again. So I always forget to do this. I read them after people thingy them and then I just forget.
Yeah, welcome to my world.
Probably worth using a better vent for the O2 tank so it's a bit quicker at gathering it.
Yeah, so that one, not quite sure. So I reply and saying that any system that we have where we're collecting gas, it should probably be a large vent. It would be quicker. But I don't recall us setting up an O2 system. I don't know if that was just a typo.
Or I mean CO2.
Yeah, CO2, I agree. We could probably use a larger vent and it would collect it quicker. I don't think it'll be an issue anyway. And at the time, we were only just recovering from our power issues.
So then maybe suggest to Sophie to watch a few of Splits' videos where he sets up the Sterlings, as his few chained together made more than a huge room of solar.
What was that? Sorry, Sterlings. Did you say?
Yeah.
Did we have a mod for this? Yeah, so Sterling engines are something that they basically produce.
We haven't done Sterling yet, have we?
We haven't. We touched on them in our tutorial, but I never set one up for you. Hang on a second. I had a mod. Where's my mod gone? Did we have a mod on the auto leave? Maybe we didn't have one. But I thought we put mods on everything.
I don't recall doing.
We might not have done. Yeah, sorry. So the Stirling engine, it produces power just using hot gas. So what you do is, for example, let's say you get, I don't know, you have your water production, and as you know from our Mars playthrough, the water comes out extremely hot. What you do is you take that hot water and you put it in a Stirling engine. The Stirling engine will produce power and also cool the water a little bit for you because it uses heat. And I mean, I haven't seen the video. My guess is he's got multiple Stirling. So he's got one Stirling engine cooling the first bit of water. The cooler water goes into another Stirling. The output of that one goes into another Stirling and another Stirling and another Stirling. I'm guessing is what he's done. He's just stacked them, which will provide him quite a lot of power and cool his water, assuming that it's water that he's cooling.
Why? What else would it be?
You could cool anything with it, I think, to a point. Like if we wanted to, we could cool our CO2 a little bit down with that. You wouldn't get much efficiency off it because I think the Stirling has to be in a cooler environment than what it's cooling. So we'd only get it down to, say, 400 degrees because that's what it is outside. Or, sorry, 126 during the night.
Okay.
But I think that's what he's talking about there. I
So
mean,
why haven't we used Stirlings before?
there's just a lot in this game to get through, and we've just never got to them. Because either we're blowing the base up, or we've just ended up accidentally duplicating our power, that kind of thing. I mean,
I can't really watch Splitz's videos.
I know you can't.
I'm a big fan of Kapak.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's quite funny.
Yeah.
Not a massive fan of Splitzer.
I
And
lost.
even more so.
Yeah, I was just
Since
about.
that video, I've lost a bit of respect for him.
I was just about to literally use those words myself. Yeah.
Not that he's asked what respect we have for him, but yeah.
No, at the end of the day, he doesn't really care. People are
Just think
still
it was a
going to
bit
watch
of
his
a dick
videos.
move.
But I do think if he was going to give up on a playthrough, I mean, it's within his right to give up on it. I'm not saying play it. What I am saying is, if you're playing with other people and they're enjoying it, have a conversation with them off stream.
I mean, maybe they did. Maybe they planned it. We don't know, do we?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm
How
not
it
sure.
came across, great.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd be fucking fuming if you did that.
Mm-hmm. Rightly so. I think it was really annoying. But then I saw some of the comments and he was like defending his choice and he was defending that the game isn't playable. And again, all valid points. I just would have gone about it a bit different, that's all. But it's fine. Like, I'm sure Capac's not overly pissed with him for that or whatever. So it's fine. It's up to them what they want to do. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of that
No,
choice.
but I think when you have such a big following like he does, he makes quite a big impact. Like his impression on the game reaches a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I think you should be a bit more. I don't know the word. Like a bit more.
You should be a bit more
mindful when you're giving like reviews and stuff. And
yeah. Yeah, I agree. A lot of people were saying the same kind of thing, in which, like, Roadcraft, because I think what Splitsy was saying is it's a single-player game with the ability to play multiplayer. So
yeah, but he could have just given that feedback in a different way, couldn't he? Instead of just having a strop.
Yeah. But I mean, we probably shouldn't be bitching about another channel on here, Madon, to be honest.
I'm not bitching about it, I'm just giving our opinion.
Yeah, but let's not anger people. Some people might agree with what he said. Or how he did it, I don't know. But yeah, I know you weren't a fan. You were pretty vocal about it.
I do like Kapak.
Air tank low.
We are probably going to die, I think. Wrench to deconstruct this. And let's stick this. I mean, I could put it here, I guess. Good as place as any. And we'll expand that way for the dish. I don't really like it.
This one I don't really understand.
Go on then.
Instead of connecting and reading the CO2 tank pressure, you can also read the pressure output on the filtration DP, and it will tell you the pipe network pressure. This is also better since the the pipe interface has a slight delay, so you could theoretically overpressure the pipe network if you were really fine-tuning things.
So there's two
Likely
parts.
not an issue here, just saying you can get that same info from the filtration data.
So there's two parts to that comment. So the first one is kind of just giving us an alternative. So you can read pressure from tanks. You can also, for example, say you've got a tank connected to the output of your filtration, and you want to determine the pressure of that tank. You can read from the tank, but you can also read from the pressure output of the filtration.
Where are we doing this?
That's on the CO2, I think. The CO2 collection. So the first part is them just saying that there's more than one alternative to reading the pressure. You don't have to do it the way I did it, but there's more than one way of doing everything. So that's all that bit is. The second part of that is saying that the reading from the pressure output is probably better because there can be a delay in reading the pressure off a tank, whereas the pressure output is pretty bob on.
Okay.
It's just someone giving us alternative ways of doing things.
But why didn't you do it like that then?
Because it doesn't matter too much for what we're doing. We're not going to see a massive issue with it. And like I said, there's more than one way of doing it. I did it a different way.
Okay.
So I have moved our printers back, my darling. So we've got a lot more space in here now. It feels a bit nicer. I just need to sort out these cables, and then we're good.
Are we going to run out of oxygen?
Yes, I'm pretty positive about that.
Why aren't you panicking about it?
Because there's nothing I can do until those ferns are fully grown and we can get more seed. We cannot expand it, which is why we've got these chips in our suits to try and keep our oxygen as what we've got as possible. If you want to, my darling, did you want to set up a system in there? Because we've got that pipe network above you. What's the temperature in there at the moment? Because that's got a lot of oxygen in it. I think it's just hot.
49.6 degrees.
So it's come down. So we can breathe oxygen below 50 degrees. So in theory, we could use that. So because we're going to need a system anyway that takes oxygen out of the room, did you want us to get a head start on setting that up? And if you want to, I'm happy to help you, but I'll leave you with it and you tell me if you need help.
So I just need a filter. An oxygen filter.
You need the filtration unit. You obviously need the filters for it. You'll need to code it, but it has you can code it from inside the filter if you want to. It doesn't have to be on a separate housing, although we've got housings in there, so you do whatever you want to do. You'll need a sensor. I'll leave it with you. You tell me if you think you need help with anything.
Yeah, but what's the aim?
The aim is to collect oxygen from the room as long as we've got oxygen in there to spare.
What do you call spare?
So we don't want to bring the pressure of the room down below 50 kPa. We also don't want to have less than 20% oxygen. Otherwise we can't breathe in there. So as long as we've got over 20% oxygen and a pressure of at least 50 kPa, pull out the oxygen and store it.
But do we not need CO2 in these room plants?
Yes. But we're not pulling the CO2 out.
That thing.
Well, we're collecting that outside. We'll eventually start pumping that in. We've just got, at the moment, I think we're okay for CO2. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong.
I don't know that.
Okay. I need to get all these connected. We need to tidy up these cables a little bit because there's no point in having a line of cable there when we may as well just follow the printers. 2, 1. Right, we are going to go offline for a second. Oh shit, which means I've just knocked out the greenhouse. Oh no, I haven't. Because that is feeding off a separate transformer. Whoa! That was lucky.
I need you to like let me be able to print stuff.
I'm just bringing the power across now for you.
Hunger, caution.
Maybe now's a good time to sort out colours as well.
Well, we've already sorted out colour in here.
Well, why is this all red then?
It isn't. This is
And this
orange.
side's orange.
Oh, that. Yeah. Okay, I'll sort that. I will sort it. Right, you should have power now anyway, but I am going to be, before you get it started, let me just hook up the other two printers. There we go, done. Right, I'm going to get this housing off the wall. Stick it there. Yeah? Question mark? Is that a corner or is that just a... That's a three-way junction. Do that. That is upside down.
Yeah, the dog's not.
Snoring? No. No, I cannot. But at least he's not crying.
So loud.
And then power for our batteries. And these are taken from the input side of the battery so that we don't drain our base just for charging batteries. So that is good. And then we'll just get this housing reconnected. Because I can't even remember what this housing was doing. Can you remember what this housing was doing?
Don't know where you are.
I'm over here in the far corner next to the auto leave. I'll be able to tell you what it's connected to in a second. It's connected to the sensor.
Sensor.
Which sensor?
Oh, is that doing this? It's getting the temperature
Well, that's still moving, so it can't
from
be.
outside.
That's still changing. I'll get the laptop. I can't remember what it's doing. Whatever it is, it's not currently doing it now. Oh, this is our solar tracking. Okay, so that needs to be the daylight sensor. We should have a daylight sensor out there. Or somewhere.
So do I need an active vent that'll turn on?
Why can't... sorry, say again?
Do I need an active vent just turn on?
Active vent? No.
Or how am I taking the gas out of the
The
room?
filter will pump it through.
Oh, yeah.
Remind...
So where am I storing it?
Where are you storing what? Oh, the oxygen. Just set up a small tank. We've already got a tank in there, so you could connect that if you wanted to. To a what?
Have I got a tank in there?
Yeah, where you been filling your oxygen from?
Does it need to be insulated pipes?
There's no point because it's coming from the greenhouse, so it'll be that temperature anyway. So there's no point. Oh, that's right. That's why we had that like that, because that was pulling power from this transformer power. Yeah. Okay. I just remembered. What it was doing. We should have a daylight sensor on this network.
What's it doing?
1 second. Solar tracking sensor. There we go. I couldn't remember how we got this set up because I've moved it, but I've just remembered that we've got our single port solar panels. So the daylight sensor is on the same network. It's just set up a bit different to how I would normally do it, that's all. But it's fine. It does the job. It works.
Oh, bollocks.
It works. What just happened? What did you say our bollocks for?
Oh, I forgot something at all.
Okay. You bought all the water, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just do a bit of tidying up. Sophie's changed me. And this is what I do now. A bit of iron.
I've got a bit of lag there, I believe.
A bit of locker. You got a lag?
Yeah. Are we going to gold?
We may be lacking on gold. I can go out and get some
But
if you
then I
want.
can't make a sensor.
We will already have a sensor in the greenhouse, I think. Just double check. There might be
Could
one on
have
the wall
told me
somewhere.
that.
Can't remember if I tried. I can't remember. Maybe I didn't. I apologise. You there. You there. And this is just going to be random ingot. So they're not on the floor. Because she doesn't like it.
I think I've changed it for the better.
Do you think so?
Mm-hmm.
Because this doesn't last very long. So you haven't changed me almost at all, to be honest.
There ain't any room for it in here. Where am I meant to put all this?
Well, we spoke about this last time as well. Like, if you can cram it in, great. If you can't, then we could always expand the greenhouse, but that is going to massively set us back, and
Do we really have time?
not really, no. So I can come in and help you if you want, decide where everything's going. Let me come and have a look-see.
Well, I'm taking this down for now. I don't even need it.
Taking what down? Of course we need it. Where else are you getting your food from? Oh, the
What do you
ferns
mean?
are grown. Very nice. Well, we're going to need that, because that's how we cook our food.
Why?
Because...
Oh, what? You make potatoes?
Well, we're going to need to soon. We're almost out of cereal bars. So we're definitely going to need to. I mean, in
Ugh.
theory, we could probably get rid of that locker in the corner. Because that is all that's doing is holding empty bottles. So, and also, is that your jug you put in the locker there?
I keep losing you.
You keep losing me.
Your voice, yeah.
I'm telling you, there's something wrong with our internet.
Been a bit dodgy, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Been really weird today. Yeah, let's get rid of this locker. Because this isn't needed. We can use that out here.
Oh, as if you just dumped everything though.
I didn't dump nothing, it just fell out the locker. And you, and you. Is there what's going on here? Why are you just dumping things in the air, like chucking through the door?
Because I dropped.
That, I'd rather keep the eggs in here. So just so we know where they are. But yeah, if you tidy up the cable... Oh, that's our power gone.
You just told me to put up the cable.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just, actually, I think you only disconnected
Yeah,
the
I'm
filter.
struggling here.
What do you mean you're struggling?
You just keep getting stuck in random places on my screen.
Yeah, I can see it happening on your version of it. There's not a lot I can do about that, though.
Is that the outside temperature? Is just.
That's
Oh,
not the
yeah.
temperature. That's how much liquid pollutant we've got.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so we're doing really well on that at the moment. So that's good. I don't know what to do about the internet. I genuinely don't. I don't know why it's getting so bad.
Might be weather.
We've already had a bit of rain.
No, because it's meant to be thunderstorms and stuff.
Where?
I need a connect now. Get this tank down.
Yeah, so pink one.
We've not got one.
Not a spare one, no. And because you've taken the oven up, I've got nowhere to put these potatoes now. Where have you put the oven?
In my hand.
We need it back up.
Do you mean the microwave?
Well, I need the table, sorry, as well. Yeah, I said oven, didn't mean oven.
It's a portable connector, isn't it?
Yes, correct. Don't know why that vent's there. Don't need that, so this will definitely balls up the timer. What I'm about to do. Unless it's connected through there. It's not boiling up, so we're alright. What'd you say?
Struggling.
So yeah, once you've... We just need to put the oven down somewhere. I'll move this cable
I'm just
out.
getting this in the place, and then I'll put the other thing down, and then it'll be put down.
Yeah. I'm just gonna...
Just waiting so I know it all fits.
Yeah.
I know, but you like nagging and don't like it.
I wasn't nagging. I was only going to tell you what I was going to do, what I'm doing.
Does the filtered stuff come out at the end or the side? Okay.
It will... Yeah, so the filter will go out into that tank. And then
And which one's the gas in? The other one, isn't it?
So liquid is the one that always has like the little dots around it.
Like that.
Yeah. Can we put that table back down?
Oh my god, I'm doing it now.
Oh, hang on a second. Actually, that's not even going to help because I can't store potatoes in it. Maybe I should go and make the oven and we don't even use that table. Let's see if I can make it first. Just give me a second. I don't know if we can make it. We need gold, copper, and constantan.
I ain't got no gold, I don't believe.
Got loads of constantan. Yeah, gold is what we're short of, so I'll go out and get some. I'll go out. Bit of gold. Hopefully it won't be too long because I've just noticed my auction's low. Not great. That's silver, that's copper. Is that gold? Nope, that's silicon.
Hunger critical.
Shat it, lady. I'm seeing the gold, I'm seeing... Oh, gold. Got you.
Do I need a vent?
You'll need at least a single passive vent, yeah. Right. Which way's base? Because I can't see. Oh, it's there. Nice little up. I've got such a small amount of gold. But it'll be enough for what I need. Chuck that in there. Right, you... And just need some copper. Boom, oven is printing. Let's go sort out oxygen before we die.
You can't even like come down here and connect to the Wi-Fi down here, can you?
I'm on the Wi-Fi down there.
Oh, you're not on the extender?
I can't. To get your to get what's happening on your laptop, I have to connect to the same network as you.
It is.
Which is a problem. With this setup as well, my darling, we're probably going to need a canister storage. Otherwise, we can't fill up our canisters now.
We're just thinking it for now.
Yeah, I will do. I'll let you do it. Can I get to it? Yeah. Oh,
Why'd you have to be so brutal? Just fucking move it.
I was just jumping around it.
Air tank critical.
There we go. But yeah, I'm only getting like 1 megapascal from that.
Better than fuck all.
It is. Hopefully we will survive this. But I wouldn't count on it. Although again, we have got that auction at the top, which we need to deal with. Right,
If we don't, you'll probably say it's my fault for not moving quick enough.
I wasn't going to say anything like that.
But it is what it is.
I wasn't saying anything, my darling. I've been nothing but nice to you today. I'm trying to be pleasant for a change.
Right,
Can I ask a favour?
just do it. Move it, it's fine.
Have you got any insulated pipes?
No, you told me I didn't need them.
Oh no, the only reason I ask is because if that vent's on the wall, we'll be able to put the oven there. Otherwise, it's going there, and we're going to struggle to get in and out the door.
But I don't have any insulated pipes for the corner.
Let me go and grab one. Well, I'll grab two, but you only need one. Steel is in that one. There's the steel and silicon. Where's our silicon? Oh, there. Insulated pipes. Yeah, what you'll need to do as well, my darling. Oh, actually, I'll let you figure it out. It's fine.
No, go on.
I was going to say, you're probably already doing it, but the waste of the filtration, you can connect to that same pipe.
I will. Eventually.
Yeah.
I just don't have enough pipe.
Yeah.
Unless you've got any pipe.
I got pipe.
I need one.
Well, I've given you 8. Right, let's get this guy welded. And then at least that's our food situation sorted.
It's a bit fucking tight, isn't it?
It's all very tight, but it would have been tighter if we hadn't moved the vent.
You got the laptop?
I do. Okay, greenhouse is coming along. It might be that once we've got some ferns, we strip out some of these potatoes and grow less potatoes and more ferns. Just try and keep on top of our oxygen.
Have you got the renamer thing?
Labeler.
Thank
I
you.
do. Okay, so Sophie's working with what
Don't need to do
space
that.
she's got in here. Did you find that you had a sensor in here?
I looked.
I don't see one. I'll go and grab you one. Although, you won't need it. Just read from... Oh, you know what? Actually, we will get a sensor. It'll be more accurate. We could read from the... Well, we can't read from the output because that's just going to be oxygen. We can't read from the weight because it's going to be affected by the same pressure as the input. So
Have
we'll
you got
just...
any food?
I've just put potatoes in the oven. You could have to get one of those made.
Sick of there always being something wrong with me.
Well, you said you wanted to learn dyeing, and this is
Hydration
what will
critical.
potentially happen, love.
Yeah, but that don't mean I can't have a strop about it.
That's exactly
Deal
what
with
it
it.
means. Ion, let's get a gas sensor made. Boom, boom, boom. What just got flung at me? Random potato on the floor.
Oh, I put it on the machine, it must fell off, so...
So we'll put a sensor here as close to the filter as we can. So there's a sensor on the wall, you'll just need to label it because I think we've got multiple sensors on this network.
Where?
Over here, next to where your tank is going to be. Do you want me to go and print out like the utilities and stuff so that we'll be able to fill our canisters up?
Go for it.
I won't do it. I'll let you build it, but I'll print the stuff off for you.
What does it matter? Just do it.
No, because I'm supposed to be trying to take a step back. So I'm helping, but not being overbearing. Utilities. And oh, we literally got everything that we could need. There you go.
Right, so I want to read from the gas sensor.
Mm-hmm.
So are we doing carbon dioxide at this point, or are we worrying about that after?
We're not doing CO2 yet now.
Or is it ratio oxygen?
That's one of the checks that you want to do, yes. I'm going to get rid of your trader, my darling, because we don't need him here now.
Mhm.
And then when I get the dish up, we'll be able to start looking for a different trader.
Waste tank caution.
Waste tank caution. Oh, for goodness sake. Actually, what I'll do, let me go and empty that now. Right. Let's go and get this room vented out once and for all. So I could just connect it to... Oh, I need that to be insulated, don't I? Actually, that won't be helping towards heating the base up, and nor will that one. We need a couple more insulated pipes. Let's do that first. Right, let's grab... Get you out of there. Oh, they are insulated. They're just the wrong colour. Never mind. Never mind. And as for venting this place, we just need to stick a vent anywhere. So... Guess there's absolutely fine.
So what do we want the ratio of oxygen to be? 20.
We go a little bit higher just for safety, so say like 25%.
So do I have to put percent, or is it literally just set to greater than 25?
So it'll be, it's out of 1, so it'll be like 0.25.
Okay.
Wrong printer.
And what do we want the pressure in the room
It needs to be
greater than?
greater than 50.
Just, oh, like 50. Okay.
Yeah,
Not 0.5.
No, so pressure works in kPAs in there. Power works as a percentage out of 1.
And what is the maximum pressure of the tank that we don't want the tank to go over?
So that particular tank is only about 8 megapascal. Don't go any higher than that.
8,000.
Correct, yes. Eventually we will expand that and we'll use a different tank, but we're not doing great on resources right now, so what we have is what we have. We need to get the glasses. I need to figure out where the hell that cable's doing. I don't think that's going anywhere. So if I just set you inward for now, let's
Air tank low.
go and put a passive vent outside. Yeah, we haven't got one, so I'll put one out. Hold our breath, 'cause it's going to get hot out here. Where's that pipe? Pipe is there. Oh, fuck me. Shit, a brick.
Did you know for the mode of the filtration, it's mode, isn't it? It's logic type, not on.
1 second, love, I'm on fire.
Why?
I genuinely don't know. I'm worried about our water tank right now. Why is our water tank on fire? Well, I mean, I know what happened. I didn't think it was going to be that bad. Shit. We could have very almost lost our water then. What was your question, sorry?
It doesn't matter right now, one sec.
Yeah, I did a boo-boo then. Basically, I'm venting out this space in here so that we're just working in a vacuum. but didn't occur to me that it was oxygen. So when I pumped it outside, it basically caught fire, set my tablet on fire in my hand, and it looked like the liquid tank was going to blow up. Because it was just constantly on fire, but it didn't. Thank goodness. Yes, we got fern seeds. I mean, we've got spare now, which is very good. Very, very, very nice. How are we doing for auction here? Oh, we're on 70 kPa in here now.
Oh, no. So I'm trying to say that obviously we only want the filter to turn on if the filters in there are okay.
Yes.
I've loaded from the slot.
Mm-hmm.
So load from the start, the register, the oxygen filter, 0. But then what's the logic slot type?
Quantity. Yeah, it's not
How do
very.
I find that?
It's not very clear. If you search, let me have a quick look now.
I know that's where I got the slots from, but I can't see where it tells you like.
Yeah, I don't
And I
think.
have to do that on both, don't I? Because there's 2.
Yeah, so you need to do it on both slots. I think the way I figured that out was by using a slot reader, and then just cycling through, having a look at what was available to me. But I just know it's quantity now.
Airtag critical.
So then what do? I just and that corner.
So you can add them together, and then you just check in that they're greater than 1 after you've added them. Are we vacuuming here yet or what? Very, very almost.
And then just what them, sorry?
So you add them together using add,
Yeah.
and then you're just checking that that is greater than 1.
Okay.
Trying to think what's
So
more important to do now, to be honest, but it is just our auction that's the problem.
sorry, I'm trying to be quick.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna wait for you to finish that, and then we'll set up the canister. Oh, I'll go get another canister actually. I don't. Oh, we have already got one. Okay, boom. We got any white paint? We do not. Let me get some made.
I might have lost this a little bit now, but we'll see.
Lost as in not sure what you're doing.
No, I might have just 1 minute.
What we'll do is if we spray this over here, that vent should hopefully pick this up. That in there. We have our spare oxygen canister.
So is this the one where at the very beginning outside the loop you set the oxygen filter mode straight away? Or am I thinking of the wrong thing?
I don't know what you mean. So I'm going to say that's something else.
So can I talk you through what I've done and then you check my code?
Yeah, go for it.
I've aliased the filter to DB,
Mm-hmm.
the tank to D1 and the sensor to D2. Is
Okay.
that right?
You've aliased the tank. You can't alias this tank. So you should be reading from the pressure output of the filter.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I've done this wrong then. You have to come and fix this, I don't know. Didn't know that was a thing.
Let me have a look. Yeah, I mean, that's my bad. I apologize. But yeah, this particular tank doesn't have a data connection. So I will remove that and I'll put gas sensor. No, it's fine. I'll put gas sensor on D1. So all I'm going to do is load into R2 from the oxygen filter. That is not how you spell oxygen. The pressure output. And it'll work exactly the same.
Can I just look at it after you've done?
I haven't checked anything else, but have a look now.
Yeah.
So I've removed your oxygen tank, and I've just replaced the word oxygen tank in your code with pressure output from the filter. And that will work exactly the same as reading from the tank.
Okay, and it's the same 8,000.
Yes, because it will just be the pressure output. The tank is connected to that pipe, so it's actually the pipe that the filter is reading, but it's all one network.
Okay, so I've read the ratio of oxygen from the gas sensor, pressure of the room from the gas sensor. Now, obviously, the pressure output, so the tank don't overfill. Checking the quantity of both filters
Yeah, adding them together into
and
R5.
setting them greater than 1. Oh, do you want to come out?
No, I'm watching on your screen.
So loaded into R1, the ratio is 25.
Yep.
Pressure of the room 50. Pressure of the output 8,000 so the tank don't get too full.
Mm-hmm.
Checking the quantity of the fingers, adding them together and setting them more than 1. So then into R0, I'm checking, I'm checking the
R0
oxygen
and
of the room
R1.
and the pressure.
Yep.
Into R1, I'm checking the pressure output and the filters. Is R5.
Yes, because you've already put R4 into R5, so that's fine. Yep. I get confused because you don't reuse registers. It takes me
I'm
a second.
reusing them here
Yeah,
in the ands.
that's fine. Yeah, I was getting confused because on your second and you're putting into R1, R2, and R5. Not me personally, I would always put R0 into the next register. But what you've done is works. It's just how I would write it differently. That's all. And then finally into R0, you put R0 and R1. So what's R3 and R4? They're the filters,
Separate filter quantities.
but they're getting combined to R5, and then you're saving the mode as R0. Yeah,
Right.
I think they're fine.
I obviously don't use the thingies how you like them, but
Yeah, no, that's fine. You've got your own way of writing it. It doesn't matter as long as it works at the end of the day. Then it's fine. You write it
but
however
the
you
only
want.
thing I did wrong was trying to read from the tank.
And you didn't do it wrong. You'd have figured it out when you tried to do the pin.
Or not.
So
have you set the thing up?
what's the thing?
Uh,
Well, the canister.
yeah.
Nope, I haven't done that. I mean, I can do if you want me to, but I was gonna let you do it.
Just put it down.
Just put it down. We've got to get to that there. I think for now you're not gonna like it. Oh, actually no, it doesn't have to go on the wall. I just need some cable. We'll get this kept on this side now instead. Don't know why we kept the canister up, but meh. It's fine. Do that. Tidy this up. We'll be able to put the canister there. So if I stick our insulated pipe there, then pressure regulator, which I brought in, can go there. Canister storage, I think, can connect directly to that. I might be wrong. I am wrong. It wouldn't be a normal day if I wasn't. That'll have to go up there then. Like so. Which doesn't really matter. Have you got any normal pipes? I'm not wasting insulated. Thank you, dearie.
So you're just connecting that to that.
I'm just going to connect that to your oxygen line, yep. And then the...
What's that, a pressure regulator?
Yep, and then all we're going to set that to is, like, say, for now, 4,000. So that we can both get some oxygen. Because if we set it too high, one of us is going to end up with a really full canister, the other one isn't. But you can see there now, look, your
so
tank...
it's currently on, which is right, because it's 65% O2 in the atmosphere,
Mm-hmm.
and the pressure is 55.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So in
Did I do it?
Well, we'll find out. If it doesn't stop when it gets to 50, you did something wrong. But I brought a spare oxygen canister. So all we've got to do now is get that regulator connected to power. And we should have just avoided death for a little bit longer. Can you just set that pressure regulator to 4,000, please? And then if we turn that on, there we go. That canister is now filling. So how are we doing on pressure in here? Actually, let me take my suit off because I don't need
The
this on right now.
temperature's 22 degrees and what can we breathe? Less than 50.
Less than 50, we're fine. The temperature's going to come up a little bit because it's going to equalize with the room, which is currently 27. I think that's because our phase change device is still struggling, because when we empty waste tanks in here, we spike the greenhouse. But 27 degrees, we can live with it for now. Right, so you can see now, look, your pressure in the room, it went down to 49.8, and then it stopped. So your system works.
But realistically, how much oxygen are we going to get, like, to fill these tanks?
Well, with that one is already on 2.5. Remember that 2 megapascal in that tank is more than 2 megapascal in the canister. Because it's a
Why?
larger volume.
Oh,
Because it's pressure into it. So if you've got a massive tank with 2 megapascal, it will require a smaller canister will require less pressure to get to the seam. So that will last a little while. We've basically avoided the death for a little bit. Have you got a waste tank that you can empty in here? Because what you'll find is if you empty your waste tank, it'll probably start pumping again.
not got much in it.
No.
Oh, wait. Oh. I just emptied my waste tank and for some reason it went to 6,000.
Your waste tank?
Mm-hmm. Can you look at my screen?
1 second.
Oh, it's not doing it now. Oh, yeah, look.
1 second, let me...
It's flashing to 6,288.
Just close it.
Oh, is it not closed? Sorry.
No, it's fine. It shouldn't be doing that anyway. That's just a weird bug, I think.
I thought I'd closed it, so it's my fault.
That's fine. So then the only other thing I think we could do now, just to keep us going for a little bit longer, is we've got this line at the top, which is currently 47.6 degrees.
But don't we just want to wait till that's cooled down?
It's going to take a while. If we slowly, and I mean like really slowly, leak that into this room, it will.
We're just going to warm up the room.
But then our cooling should kick in and bring it down.
Is that cooling any good?
Well, it's not. We're still at 27.3 degrees in here, but I think it's because we're directly connected to the phase change device. I think is the problem, or is it because of that pipe
What
being
do you mean?
105? Well, I don't. I'm just trying to think. If you look at the, I don't know. Basically, is the answer to my question. I don't know why the cooling isn't doing a little better. If I had to guess, the output on the phase change device, that insulated pipe is too high pressure. Is my guess. And it's stopping it from. Maybe that's why we're collecting so much liquid pollutant, because we're not really using it. Although it is going down, so maybe we are using it.
Why is that? That's not insulated pipe, is it?
On the right, you keep getting in my way as I'm trying to
Oh,
look
I'm
at the
sorry, I'm
pipes.
sorry.
The pipe on the right hand side is insulated.
Does it matter? Oh no, we haven't done that.
What's the temperature of the liquid? 88.1, but that'll condense, which it's doing. I mean, I think the cooling is working, which is why it's only 27.3 degrees in here. I just thought it would have been better. That's all. And I know people will give us like comments on like a million different ways to sort this out.
Maybe we need it.
I think we need to scale this up. Like, even for this small space, it's barely keeping up in here. I mean,
How do you do that?
So, for starters, we need more room. Second, what you can do... I need to just test something, 'cause I don't know. Let me quickly go and do something outside. Because this is where I start getting really weak in my knowledge. Because I don't really know. I don't really understand it properly. So let me go outside. I'm just
Understand
going
what?
the phase change device. Like I get it to a point, but I don't understand why it's not working better. So I'm just going to crank up. I've got this set to 45 megapascal. No wonder it's not releasing any of the bloody pressure. And I haven't got the labeler. Can you chuck the labeler out, like behind the water tank for me, but keep it inside, and I'll pick it up. Thank you. Let me set this to like 2 megapascal.
Yeah, you need to put that in your tutorial.
Well, you could chuck through.
Yeah. It's a bit cheater, but it comes in helpful.
Right. So I'm now just releasing tons of pressure. So actually, this entire system out here no longer is required because it's not going to do anything. But is that helping in there at all? Like, what temperature is that insulated pipe coming at now? I think it'll be coming down.
It is coming down.
Okay. So that insulated pipe. So what happens is obviously the phase change device takes in the liquid pollutant.
What did you do outside?
So that insulated pipe was connected to a system where it was capturing pollutant for us. So obviously, because what happens is the liquid comes in into the phase change device. This is set to a pressure which will force the pollutant to evaporate, and that's where we get a cooling from. But then what happens is the gas pollutant gets released into this insulated pipe here as like a bit of an exhaust, like a waste. No, it's not liquid, so it's not needed. We were that pressure in there was quite high. I set it to 45 megapascal because my thinking was if I collect enough of it, we can set it back into liquid, pump it back into our system. But what actually happened was because the pressure was set so high, the phase change device was no longer, I don't think it was like pumping exhaust into there anymore, or it was doing it a lot slower. So I think it was slowing our cooling down by keeping too much in there. Now, once that pipe comes down a little bit more, I'm hoping that we'll see the temperature in the greenhouse start dropping. Another thing we can probably do is, like you said, I think an episode or two ago, was have multiple vents in this room so that the phase change device has access to all of it.
Run it across the ceiling or something.
Yeah. I don't know how if it's going to do have a massive effect.
But that's come down a lot, hasn't it?
It has, yeah, and it's still coming down now. Because the phase change device wants to dump more pollutant in there.
But that was just you, because you were clever.
I was trying to be clever, and it's not worth it. We might as well just get rid of the pollutant. And then see if our system still works. But I'm hoping once that gets down to 25.7, I'm hoping we'll see the temperature in the room drop a little bit quicker. I think. I'm going to go and get some passive vents. If you've got any more insulated pipes, it's fine if not.
I got 9.
Okay, because we're going to need those on the corners, so that's enough. And let me make some normal pipes. And some vents.
Can we just celebrate that I mostly set up the thing all by myself?
Yeah, you did well. You also got the load slot bang on as well. You used LS and that was all working. You got all that added up and anded.
But I didn't know it was quantity, and I got the bank mixed up. But
Yeah, so with that, like I said, if you weren't sure how to do that, then just get a slot reader, part of the Logic IO chipset.
does that go in your tablet?
No, you know the logic circuits that you can use instead of the IC housings? The things that
yeah.
there's one called a slot reader. So the way I did it was just plug that into my system and then just connect it to the filter and then cycled through all the available options until I got one that looked like it made sense.
Fair enough.
So yeah, that's always, if you're not sure what you can read from a machine, just use the logic IOs. And that will do the job for you.
Hydration critical.
Right, hopefully that'll be enough pipes for what we're doing. Right.
Take your suit off in here.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to do that. I do need to get naked a bit more.
Yeah, you do.
So, can you just chuck an insulated pipe on the corner up here, next to that other one, but not connected to it? So it's going to come up the wall and across the ceiling. Thank you, dearie. Now that's in my way, which is a real shame.
This room is so small.
I
Would
know
you
it
normally
is.
make it this small?
Not really, but we've been struggling for a lot of the basics. Right, hopefully, I don't know if that's going to make any significant changes. So that pipe's got down to 32.5, so it's still coming down, which is good. That's what we would like to see. I mean, in theory, that pipe I don't think should have a massive impact because it's just the exhaust, it's just the waste gas. So you'd think it would just be dumping into there. But I think what it's doing is trying to equalize the two. I think. But this is where we're going to have to just have a play, wing stuff, figure things out, listen to comments, that kind of thing.
But the problem is you never remember the fucking comments.
That's why you're here. To help
Well,
me
I don't
remember.
either. I'm getting as bad as you.
Maybe you can start teaching me how to play Stationeers.
It'll happen one day. I'll smash you.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. I'd be pissed off, but I wouldn't be surprised.
You won't be pissed off. I think secretly.
Oh, you idiot. What am I doing? You got any more normal pipes?
Normal, no.
No, that's fine. I can borrow some off the ceiling. I've just been sat here thinking, oh, that should help. All the vents are now connected. Yeah, but I ain't connected into the bloody phase change device.
What?
There we go. Now I have. 27.2. 27.1.
27.
27. So actually,
Went down.
either those vents or that pipe coming down has helped with that.
But that pipe coming up now is slowing down and like going down in temperature much slower, isn't it?
Yes. So this is what I'm trying to understand. That is just the waste. So I don't understand if that is what is helping here. I don't understand why that's working. The only thing I can think of is this doesn't just evaporate the pollutant. It exchanges heat between the output here and the output here. So my thinking is when that gets down to greenhouse temperature, the phase change device should operate a lot better. But we've just shaved off like half a degree.
But
Just
now you've
by
only
putting
got
those
1
vents on.
MPa of pressure in your tank.
Which tank? Oh yeah, but don't forget that that's the buffer tank.
Don't stand on a plant. Get off.
Don't forget we're only going to get pressure in there during the night.
Well, how do you know what it is from in here?
Well, I'm guessing because we've got no pressure in there, it's night.
What if it goes down to 0?
Unlikely. Because it's connected to a pipe system that's connected to one-way valves. It will only ever get as low as what Vulcan is. After that, it will just stop releasing gas.
And what's Vulcan?
The planet that we're on.
Yeah, but what pressure's Vulcan?
Oh. I don't remember. We'll have to go out and have a look. So we got it down to 26.6, but it's kind of holding at that. But the exhaust is down to 27.4, which is looking better, 27.3. Our liquid's at 87 degrees. Oh, you can see now, look at the buffer tank. It's going up. So it means nighttime's just started.
What's a good temperature then? What you gonna get?
What, in the greenhouse?
Mm-hmm.
So we set this to 3652. So what is that? 3652. So I'm just looking at pollutant in the Stationpedia. 3652. Oh, my slim mode isn't working. 36. Oh, to be fair, it's only trying to get down to 25, so we're almost there.
Mm.
That'll be why it's slowing down, because we're getting closer. If we were to set it down a bit more, we'd probably see it go a bit quicker. But yeah, I'm
So
curious.
you're happy with 25?
25's fine. I mean, we can, if you want, we could try and bring it down a little bit more and see what happens. It just means we'll go through a bit more liquid pollutant, but that's not the end of the world. We've got that down 26.8. This is 26.4. I'm curious to see what happens when that exhaust hits the temperature of the evaporation chamber. But this is fine. I think what we should do next is we should probably set up some kind of cooling system on our CO2. So then rather than rather than cooling the greenhouse with this, we cool the greenhouse down with the CO2. Your character just looked up in the top right corner like she was just rolling her eyes at me.
What?
So at the moment, we're cooling the greenhouse directly via the evaporation chamber, which is fine. It's working, but it just means any spikes that we get. So if we run out of liquid pollutant, this will instantly start warming up our greenhouse, because we kit directly. There's no buffer in between this and the greenhouse.
What buffer would you put?
Your CO2. So we cool down the CO2 that we're collecting is currently 126 degrees because it's the coldest we can get it from nighttime gas. What we do is we connect this system to that CO2 and start cooling down the CO2 via that. And
What
then
system?
we kind of have this kind of setup.
Another one of them?
Yeah, but we'll try and do it a little bit better than this.
How so?
We will try and create something called a closed loop. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I really understand how it works, but long story short is, this is the evaporation chamber. Its sister is called the condensation chamber. And what you do is you connect one to the other. So you know how we're getting rid of this exhaust pollutant? We're just dumping that. That's just going back into Vulcan. It's a waste.
You'd put that into a condensation chamber.
Yes. The condensation chamber will force that pollutant to condense back into liquid. You then force the liquid back into the evaporation chamber. So you never lose the pollutant, or at least apart from when you're trying to maintain it, make sure it doesn't overpressure. You're not losing the pollutant. And then on the evaporation side is your cooling side. The condensation chamber is your heating side.
Okay.
All you have to do is keep your heated side as low as possible. So you just try and like keep that cool, and you can just connect it to something a little bit colder. So like nighttime Vulcan, for example. It just needs to be able to get rid of the excess heat somehow. But this side will stay cool. In theory. But in order to do that, I think we need to expand our greenhouse. We need...
It's a bit small, isn't it?
It is a bit small. We've got the bare minimum we need to survive. We've now got oxygen, and to be fair, we've got more oxygen than we had earlier. So your system definitely works. Make sure you refill your canister once that's refilled. We've still got this. What's wrong?
No, I'm just going to change that cable.
Oh, okay. So as an absolute emergency, we've got this pipe system up here, but obviously that's cooling as well. And that's our point as well, actually. This pipe up here is also heating up the room. Our phase change device is fighting against that as well. So actually, we're not doing too bad at all. We are doing all right, I think, in here. I think if that pipe wasn't here, this would be doing a lot better.
Not cooling down very quickly, is it?
It's not, no. But because the phase change device is probably working a little less, because the closer we get to the target temperature, the less it has to work. But again, this pipe up here is releasing heat. The plants are releasing heat. So it's constantly working to keep this room cool. So it's never going to get down to the temperature it wants. It's always going to be working towards it until we improve it. Just saw the oxygen ratio go up, but I didn't think we'd be exhaling enough. Sorry, not oxygen, CO2 go up. But I didn't realize we'd be exhaling enough CO2 for that to be happening. I thought the plants would keep up. Obviously not. But yeah, I would say...
But you haven't done CO2 yet, have you?
No. The CO2, I saw the CO2 go up. Which means us as human beings are producing more CO2 than our plants are using. Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It just means that it may eventually get to a point where we push out our O2 ratio, so we can't breathe in here. Got a long way till then.
Can't you have a setup that says like don't you have a setup where like you take your if CO2 is above so much you take it out
You'd never take
and
your
that gets
CO2.
replaced with your O2?
You never take your CO2 out of the greenhouse. Your CO2 stays in the greenhouse. You haven't got a need to take it out because you're not producing CO2 in here. You're pumping your CO2 in.
So how do you make sure O2 stays in this room?
You only pump out, so you always make sure you've got a reserve. So that's why you're making sure that we've got at least 25% in here.
But what if it goes under 25%?
It shouldn't. The only reason that would happen is if our plants stopped producing oxygen. But as long as the plants are growing and they're in here and we keep expanding our plants, there should always be oxygen in here. In an ideal world, we would see our CO2 going down, and then our next step would be, okay, let's start pumping some CO2 into that room. That's what we should be doing next. And in all honesty, I think that should be the next thing to do. I think we should be expanding the greenhouse, making it bigger. We are going to have an issue that when we do that, the pressure is going to drop in here. Which means it's going to take longer for us to collect oxygen. But we don't really have a choice. We need more O2. We need to expand our ferns. That needs to be our next task.
Okay.
So how do you feel about doing that now?
How big a job is it?
So I would say, even if we only expanded this 2 frames in that direction, that is a massive amount of space for us to pressurize. Like,
Does not like you walking on them plants for some reason.
I'm not working on the plants, I'm working between the plants.
Oh, wow. Who doesn't like it?
I'm not really, I don't know where I'm standing. If we were to expand this, if we were to double the size of this room, we would halve the pressure. When we do that, we're going to potentially damage our plants. So we really need to get our CO2 system up and running.
Before we expand the room.
We have that as a task that we're doing at the same time. Like, we can have the room vacuumed and ready, but we just don't open it up until we've got enough CO2 to fill it. But I
And
guess
that
there's
won't
no
damage
point.
the plants if you have the CO2 ready.
No, because they want CO2. That's the whole... A plant takes in CO2, exhales oxygen. That's what we need. We need tons of oxygen, CO2. But we need to cool it down.
Just sounds like a big job, and we've already been going like 2 hours.
We don't have to do it now if you don't want to. I'm just
sounds
thinking...
like a big job.
At the moment, right, we are wasting... So we've got this cold pollutant that's coming out, yeah? I don't know if that is what is helping keep the greenhouse down. I'm not sure if it's that or the vents. If we could start collecting that pollutant, just take it out of that pipe. We could use that to remove heat from the CO2. That's a 2-second job. Assuming we've got the resources.
You might have to explain that a bit more to me.
Come with me and we'll do it as I'll explain it as we're doing it.
One moment.
Oh, actually, I want a potato. I want some carbs. I don't get enough of them in my diet.
Can't have carbs, fatter.
I can have carbs, as long as I only have them in moderation.
No, you need to cut them out completely. Too far gone.
You're too far gone.
Then just chuck it on the floor.
I'm not, I'm putting it in that little gap there, look. Right, let's go. So this room out here should now be vacuum, so don't use your jetpack or anything in here. Yeah, we're good in here.
What happened? Why did you set someone on fire?
So this room had a small amount of oxygen in it. But what I did was I turned this vent on because knowing it won't overpressurize a pipe, it'll only go to 50 megapascal. But what it probably did was put quite a large amount of pressure in that single pipe segment. So by the time I got outside, when I put the passive vent on, all that pressure got released. And a lot of pressure in a small space, because outside is volatile, it combusted. And look, my tablet took damage. And the water tank was on fire and I thought we were going to lose it. Now we didn't, but it got close, I think. So I am going to make an insulated tank. I'd need copper and silicon. Got a silicon, have we got copper? We've got a little bit. Yeah, we've got enough. We're fine. And then we'll just go outside. And I think because if there must be something we can do with that pollutant, even if we only use it to temporarily cool down the CO2 and we can get rid of it afterwards, we might as well. But I also want to see what happens if we pump. So you know that waste line that we've got coming out of our phase change device. I want to know what happens if we pump out of that pipe. Like what impact does that have on the phase change? Because I don't know the answer.
Why haven't we painted our suits in this one?
Just never occurred to.
You didn't even tell me that was a thing.
I apologise. I am sincerely sorry about that. Pump. Just get a volume pump. We got any gold? 4 gold. We've got enough. We're going to have to do a mining run at some point because we are low on everything. Absolutely everything.
We don't have to record that though, do we? It's a bit boring.
Yeah, we can do that between recording. That's fine. Okay.
Oh, we're not meant to be at it. It's not night time.
Too late. So over here, I've got the system here. So this is what I've just changed. So this is coming from that phase change device.
So what was it doing before? What have you changed?
So that's that back pressure regulator there. The one that I've just turned off. I had that set to 45 megapascal. Because I was just going to collect it. And while it was collecting, it was also condensing and providing liquid pollutant to our system. So I was just trying to recycle it. The problem is, I think that has an impact on the phase change device itself. So my thinking is now I'm going to put a tank there. And we're just going to collect the phase change, the pollutant. For now. Because I think we'll be able to use that to cool down our CO2. Without having much of an impact. I could be very wrong. But I reckon if we collect enough of it, we'll be alright.
You're not just going to have the same issue you had when the battery regulator was set.
What do you mean, sorry?
Like you had the back pressure regulator that was set to whatever.
Yep.
And it was affecting the cooling.
Yep.
So is this not going to just be the same problem, but with a tank instead of the back pressure regulator?
No, so the regulator was keeping hold of the pressure. It wasn't releasing it anywhere. So the tank was just getting more filled. And because the pollutant was condensing, it was causing heat in the pipe.
Isn't that what all the tanks want to do? Just collect it and not go anywhere?
So Oh shit, good point.
What?
Yeah, good point. It,
Good point.
you're
Yeah,
right.
but how? How?
What do you mean how?
How am I right? How have you not thought of that?
Because I'm thick as pig shit. Yeah, that's gonna
Telling you, mate, I will bypass you well quick.
condense once the pressure. I mean, we're quite a lot off it at the moment. It's not going to be a concern anytime soon. But yeah, that is going to condense eventually. Because if you have a look, it's 25.8 degrees, which is really cold for Vulcan. And that's going to get us down to about... Well, it will start condensing at about 3.6 megapascal. So before that happens, we're going to want to move that pollutant into a second system. I mean, it's not going to happen much because look how slow the pressure in there is going. It's taking a long time. I mean, I don't... This is where, like, I need you to not be looking at me for answers. Because I genuinely don't really have them. We're getting to a part in the game where I kind of struggle with this a little bit. So I may be needing your guidance.
I don't know. Fuck all. So looking person.
So we are screwed. I don't know. I don't know what my plan is here. All I know is that getting rid of that pollutant into Vulcan seems like a massive waste when the temperature of it is a nice temperature. Now I want to go and see what that's doing to our phase change device. Because we're effectively vacuuming out that pipe. And so if we've seen any massive spike, then we know that that exhaust does affect the temperature that it's trying to get to.
Wait for a minute. Let me just swap my battery.
I'm waiting. Right, what are we on? Oh, we're 25 degrees in here. Just borderline to know we're like at 26 degrees.
It's not made any difference.
No, so the pressure in there, look, is really low, 47.8 kilopascals. But it hasn't affected it in a negative way. Which is, which is fine. So collecting
Yeah.
that pollutant is fine to do.
So yeah, but it hasn't affected it yet. It might do.
It might do, yes. It might do. So I think what we need to do is we build a second room off this that will eventually become the greenhouse when we knock the wall through. But to start with, we use it as a room to try and set up our phase change setup.
Okay.
So we need to cool that, because if we wanted to, we could just put that CO2 into this room. It's bloody hot, so it'll warm the greenhouse up, but our phase change device might keep up, but it would be ridiculously, like, very low. It wouldn't be optimized in the slightest. So we want to bring the temperature of that CO2 down. Another way we could do it is we could run the CO2 through an air conditioning unit. That was loud. And
Sorry.
it could be connected to... What could we connect it to? In theory, I reckon we could get that CO2 down to 50 degrees. So the ACs, they will work within a 70-degree difference between what you're trying to cool and wherever it's dumping the heat. So because we've got nighttime CO2 at 126 degrees, in theory, we could dump that heat into Vulcan at nighttime. So we could turn on the AC at night, and it might get rid of the temperature for us and bring the CO2 down to 50 degrees. If that's what happens, we can probably put 50 degrees CO2 into the greenhouse, and it wouldn't be perfect, but I think our system would manage. Just to
You
get...
perhaps have to talk me through that.
What time is it? It's early 20 to 9. We can have a look at this now, or are you wanting to call it?
I think it's a next time job.
You think it's the next time? Fine.
Expanding this room, sorting the CO2 out.
Okay, fine. Well, for now, we've kind of put off
And then
death.
we'll do it all in one, like expanding our greenhouse and stuff.
Yeah.
It won't be one job.
I'm going to double our fern production because I'm very worried we're still going to run out of oxygen.
You worry too much.
No, I don't. So we've now got 6 ferns producing us O2 and only 3 potato plants. Because the problem you've got now is because we've cooled the room down, look at your pressure. The room pressure is down to 40 kPa. You're not going to be able to collect O2 from this room until you hit 50.
What's a decent pressure?
I would say
What
50.
do potatoes mean?
I think the potato, I think 50 is the sweet spot. So their ideal, yet the minimum ideal pressure is 50. So at the moment, the potatoes, not happy. That's why they're only moderately well.
When we expand this and push the CO2 in, it should go up, shouldn't it?
Yeah, putting CO2 into here will fix the issue. Definitely. But we've got to wait for the greenhouse to do its thing. We need them... Like, oh, actually, as it currently stands, this pressure isn't going up. Because we have nothing pumping pressure into this room. Ah, yeah, okay, we're going to need to do that next. That's got to be our next job. Otherwise, we are going to die because we're not gaining anything here.
Unless you do just dump this out now.
Oh, I forget
And
about
hope
that.
that your cooling keeps up.
We could try.
Or slowly trickle it out, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, what you do is you just get a pump. I mean, we'll do that next time. I was going to go do it now, but we'll do it next time because we'll just end up playing forever. I'll come back in. So next time it's going to be all about the CO2. Cooling the CO2, getting more CO2 into the greenhouse, making sure that our plants have got enough of it. Hopefully getting to a point where we can extract oxygen. Because that's going to be what kills us if we don't. Everything
I might
else...
make some notes next time then, for when I do it myself.
Yeah. Keep a lookout on comments, because like you said, I'm not going to remember what people say. I don't do very well with that.
I think there's a lot of comments this time about the solar tracking.
Grow light.
We're like,
Yeah.
same thing.
I mean, our grow light's working. I'm going to keep it on the manual thing for now. Our power is absolutely fine, so I don't foresee it going off anytime soon. But like you said...
Yeah, but it
Well-
can't stay like that eventually, because if we do start having power problems, the bigger we get.
Yeah, the greenhouse, in theory, could probably have its own power supply to make sure it stays up and running. We always make sure it's got enough power that the greenhouse never goes offline.
Can it have its own battery and stuff?
Yeah, it can have its own turbines and everything if you want. So maybe we do that just to avoid any issues. So that's it then. So today we kind of just forestalled death, which is good. Sophie traded for the water. She got all that connected up. Added a bit of tidying, expanded the size of the workshop. And then we just did a lot of talking, really.
Set the thing up. Mostly by
You
myself.
did. You set up the fell tour by yourself. Very nice.
Mostly.
I mean, it's not going to get used for the next like 10 hours because we haven't got enough pressure, but it's there ready.
It's ready.
It's ready.
Well, no, it got us a bit of oxygen.
It did.
Keep us going.
Yeah, we're on 1.92 megapascal, but that is the tank and these pipes, and we've also got 4 megapascal in the canister, so we're not dead yet, which is quite good, love, because this is Brutal Start 2 player, so we've done well.
What am I?
We haven't died yet, have we?
No, not on this one.
I don't think we have died on this one. I think we're doing good.
We're only on day 38.
Yes, but look, it's brutal start. There's 2 of us, and we still haven't
Yeah, but
died.
you've spent most of those 8 days shouting at me.
Yes, and look, it kept us alive. So I'm not sorry.
Well, you should be. You're gonna be.
Well, we'll see. So,
We will.
21 who made it this far, thank you. We appreciate it. And I do appreciate the comments. I just
I
forget.
don't think anyone makes this far.
Well,
Boring.
if they don't, then they're not going to hear me say boobs. So we'll see now, won't we?
Wow.
If anyone heard me say boobs, just put it in the comments and just tell me that you heard me say that word. And then we'll know, won't we, that someone got
Yeah,
me
but
to
they
the
might have
end of the
skipped
video.
ahead. I don't care.
Well, then they still made it to the end of the video. I don't care if they skipped it. It's fine. But yeah, thank you for watching. We appreciate your time. Obviously, leave comments. Feel free, and I'm sure Sophie will try and make heads and tail of it. And we'll go from there. So,
Just keep them basic, please.
because she's basic.
You're basic.
You're basic. Until next time, take care, and we will see you then. Bye.